Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to All the Mods Expert Remastered. Now you'll notice behind me there, all that clutter, all this clutter is gone. I've started digging out where our proper base is going to be. I think it took like 6 iron picks to dig this out or something. And then I also did just a little bit of mining to get us some lead and some other things. And speaking of, let me pop over here. I've got these sorted somewhat, to some extent. We've got blocks in this one here. Right here we have kind of miscellaneous junk. Right here is all like food and plant related. And then over here this is all ores and the like. And I actually want to grab this goethite. Yeah. And, oh yeah, let me get some coal as well. Yeah, we'll take those. And I've been running a bit more iron through this. This is actually kind of like our machining room. This is all a mess at the moment. It's just, it's very much a work in progress. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this goethite in there, get that running, making us some more iron here. But I did go ahead and move everything, our furnaces, our rolling machine, grindstone, our fluid cooling chamber setup, our bloomery, and then our drying racks. I moved them over into this area. This is eventually going to be like our machine shop type area, or at least one of them. There'll probably be more than one by the time everything's said and done. And then right here, I've got little pathways that go over here. This is going to be a storage room. And my plan is once we get into either applied energistics or refined storage, I'm not for sure which one I'll do in this series just yet. But this is eventually going to have access to, this will be like terminals that are right here. And then if you want to step into the storage room, you come through these little side doors that lead back into the storage room. But for the most part, there's not a whole lot of reason to go back in there. So I figured we'd kind of have that out of the way, have access to it through these side doors, but access everything as far as our storage goes from here. And then in here it'll be drawers and storage drives and all that stuff that's kind of stored back here. This room's probably going to get brought out just a bit more back here, but I just kind of started digging it out. It would be so much easier with a hammer, but we can't get a hammer until we get steel and whatnot. So, and then I haven't started decorating just yet. I've actually been super busy with real life stuff since last episode. And I know this episode's actually coming out a day later than intended, but I had Thanksgiving on, I had a Thanksgiving on Sunday, and then I was cooking Saturday, and then all that stuff. So, and then there's going to be stairs right here that lead up to the next section. It's not going to be cobblestone stairs, and it may not even be stairs. It might be slabs with a little bit of a slower incline. But I just put those in. Well, actually, it's going to be stairs, but I think it'll come up to here, and then there'll be like a landing, and then it'll come up again to this center section above this one. Okay. And then I went ahead and dug back to see how far we had to work with before I started laying everything out, because there is going to be something back in here as well. So you can see kind of behind the mountain where we're living. Back in there we've got like a jungle, which is great because they're actually going to have like a scenic view there, and we'll be able to see the jungle back in there. So anyways, that's what I've been working on. A lot of digging out. This took a few hours to dig all this out. And then mining and all that stuff. And then hopefully by next episode we'll have some architecture craft stuff going down, some actual decor and whatnot. So, but anyways, today we're going to be picking back up where we left off with the quest book. I would honestly like to get into storage, but at this point all I can do is make storage drawers. I can't actually do drawer controllers. We could do compacting drawers, but the main thing I would like to get is drawer controllers, which these actually require quite a few steps. Reinforced storage crates, which require iron plates, iron rods, wooden storage crates, treated wood, all that stuff, so we're going to have to get into coke ovens. And then in addition, pewter ingots, which require, pewter dust, mineral sizer, I believe it's the metal alloyer, right? I think it'll be the first step that we need to take. I think that would be the closest one that we would have access to. Yeah, I think that's going to be the first direction we need to take. Which you can see right here, it takes 5 tin dust, copper dust, bismuth dust, lead dust to get 9 pewter ingots. And then in addition, if we take a look at the microcontroller case tier 1, this requires a chest, it requires some iron nuggets, not a big deal, redstone, microchip, gold nuggets, redstone, transistor. That takes nichrome and electrum. So we're going to have to be able to alloy stuff. And then in addition, we've got printed circuit boards, which require raw circuit boards, which require some silicon. So, but actually we could do silicon right now. But anyways, I think we have to get into, let's see, what does it take to make the metal alloyer? They've actually got us getting into it after Tinker's Construct. So I think we're going to follow the quest book. It's really not too far away. Steel's not, doesn't take that long. It will be a few more episodes from now, but that's fine. Drawer controller, we can hold out on that. We don't have that much stuff going on right now. No automation or anything like that. So let's go ahead and start getting into the first Song of Steel, the Prelude section. And the first thing that we're going to need to do is make Caminite blend. Okay, they want us to make 24 Caminite blend. So let's go ahead and pull up Caminite. And this requires clay and either bone meal or egg. Which we have plenty of bone meal, so I think that's what we're going to go with. How are we doing on clay? That is right here. We're actually going to need a lot of this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this clay, and then I'm going to get, let's get some string, some sticks, and we're going to go ahead and get ourselves some woven cotton, and make ourselves another survivalist strainer. Actually, now that I think about it, we could make a better strainer. I think we can do the solid one. Yeah. So after this one breaks, we'll probably switch it over to the solid strainer for the time being. Because it's not, I mean, iron, we have tons of iron. Absolute tons of iron. So we will probably upgrade that. Okay, and then let's go ahead and grab these bones. And is there any way that I can break these down at the moment into bone meal? Like, can I run them through the crusher? The grindstone, maybe? Like, let's see. Let's take this. Let's wind this thing up. Okay, it is breaking the bones down. Let's see how many bone meal we get. 5 bone meal per bone. So that's what we're going to do to get our bone meal. And honestly, a couple more cranks of this and it should be good. We don't need a ton of bone meal. So there we go. We got 34 bone meal. It's way more than what we're going to need. And we'll go ahead and get ourselves our first bit of Caminite blend. So there's 40 of it. And that completes that quest. They're going to give us 8 more Caminite blend. And then they want us to make 6 raw Caminite plates. And then we're also going to make some of the Caminite bricks. So raw Caminite plates. Okay, that's no problem. Let's go ahead and get 6 of these. And we're starting to get into the Embers mod, so. And then they're going to give us 3 Caminite plates for crafting that. And then they want us to get 32 Caminite bricks. Okay, so we are going to need a bit more clay for this. Okay, there's 44 Caminite blend. I'm going to go ahead and just smelt up what they instructed us to for right now. Let me get some coal. And we'll do half of it in one furnace, half in the other. Or wait, no, I'm sorry. It's, you can do it in the other furnaces, but you can't do it in the vanilla furnaces. That's right. If you look at Caminite bricks, see, you can make it in, like, the extra utilities furnace, the alloy smelter. Okay, this says if it's disabled in the vanilla furnace, it will not smelt. Maybe the redstone furnace will actually work. I don't know, but we do have to run these through drying racks. So that's fine. Let's go ahead. We'll just throw these up on the drying racks. Let those start drying out for us. And I've actually got 30 drying racks up, so we're going to have to wait on 2 of them. That's fine. That's no problem at all. So now that that's running, let's go ahead and take a look at the Ember stuff here. They want us to make an Ember emitter and an Ember receptor, and we also need to craft 4 lead plates. So let's go ahead and do the lead first. And we'll just get like 4 lead ore. I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I think we could probably run this through one of our machines. Maybe the grindstone would work. No, the grindstone does not work. What about, let's actually take a look here. Okay, it doesn't show recipes for the bloomery or the fluid cooling machine. So I think what we'll do is we'll just smelt it. That's fine. So we'll just dump, let me actually get like 4 more. And we'll get that going. And then next up, they want us to make the Ember emitter and receptor. So the Ember emitter is just Caminite plates and copper ingots. Not a problem, we've got that stuff. So let's get just a couple pieces of copper. And we'll get the Ember emitters. And then the Ember receptor, we're going to need more Caminite plates and more copper. But we do need to smelt up these Caminite plates. So just throw them in a furnace, smelt them, and what was that drying rack? Oh, we can also dry them to make Caminite plates. Okay. I'll tell you what, all these Caminite bricks are done. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to put our Caminite plates up here. We'll do like 3 of those. And then we're going to do the other 2 Caminite blend as well, because we're going to need that also. Alright, so the lead is done. So let's go ahead and get our lead plates. So 4 of those makes 4 plates. So just 1 craft is good. And this quest right here for the Ember emitter, this is done. So let's go ahead and get our Ember crystal. And then our lead plates, manual detect, that's done. Okay. And so we're just waiting on the stuff to make the Ember receptor. Okay, now in addition, they're going to want us to make item pipes, item pumps from Embers. And these, let's take a look here. Item pump requires item pipes. Item pipes require glass, Caminite bricks, and lead nuggets. Okay, so we've got lead. Let's go ahead and get our lead nuggets. And then I've got some glass over here that we had already smelted up. So that's not a problem. And I'll tell you what, let me get 1 more crafting table. I'm going to set up a crafting table over there as well. I've got 2 right here, which is great. And let me actually put this thing back up too. Right up there. We'll put a crafting table down like right there. Okay, these are still running, the Caminite plates, but we do have the 32 Caminite bricks. We'll go ahead and manual detect those. They're going to give us 8 more bricks. So we'll go ahead and snag that. And then we can make our item pipes. So, item pipe. And how many did they want us to make? Just 8 of them? Okay. So we'll just go ahead and grab 1 craft of those. It's fine. And then we're going to need 2 levers. A couple pieces of cobble. By the way, I've got some cobble in this chest, and that's because that drawer over there is filled. And I just haven't got around to moving it yet. But that drawer, 2048 in it. So, and we're actually going to move that here in a moment as well. They just wanted us to make 1 item pump. Yes, okay. So, lever, item pipes. There's our item pump. And that's 2 quests completed. First up, the 8 item pipes, they're going to give us 4 more item pipes. And then the item pump, they're going to give us 1 more item pump. Okay, and then these plates, they're done. So let's go ahead and grab these. And we just need a couple pieces of copper. So we'll get like 2 pieces of that. And we'll make our Ember receptors. I love the Embers mod, by the way. I like it more in 1.12 when a lot of the new stuff is added, but Embers is still a really cool mod, and we're going to be using it a bit in the decor of this base and, you know, across the space and stuff like that. Okay, so that quest has ended. We can't do the next part, the Cinder Plinth, until we complete this section here. So, mechanical core, they want us to make 1 of those. And this requires 4 copper and then 4 item pipes, and we get 2 mechanical cores. So let's go ahead and grab our 4 copper. Lay that out, lay out the item pipes, mechanical cores. And then that's going to complete that quest, and they're going to give us a Tinker's Hammer. which I believe you can use that for making plates, right? I think, among other things, but anyways, next up we need to make the Ember Bore. Okay, this is very, very nice. It requires 3 sharpened flint, 4 Camonite brick blocks, copper, and a mechanical core. So, Camonite brick blocks, just like that, we'll go ahead and grab 4 of those. And then a couple pieces of copper, and we'll get our, and our sharpened flint, and we'll get our Ember Bore. Okay, and that's going to complete that quest, and we get to pick between either deluxe chicken curry or raw chicken. I'm going to take the deluxe chicken curry. And we'll just put that into nowhere. That's filled. Okay. And then they want us to get 24 crystal shards. Okay. These, you have to use the Ember Bore to get these. So, the Ember Bore, we are going to need to get ourselves a lever. Go ahead and snag that. Okay, now before we go set up the Ember Bore, let's go ahead and make ourselves... Let's get just a bit of this iron. We're going to make a strainer. So I believe it was just like that, and then like 2 more pieces of iron. I'm actually going to put those iron bars right there. Is that not right? What's the strainer? Okay, it's 4 pieces of iron. So that, and this thing, where this only had 90 uses, this has 720. So it goes a lot further than that survivalist strainer did. So I imagine this one's probably already ran through. It is, so we're just going to put in the new strainer, and it's going to start collecting items for us. So, much, much better. And that's going to run for a while we're down doing our stuff, you know, related to embers and everything. Because clay is something, you know, we can't really have too much clay, I don't feel like. Okay, so for this, what we're going to need coal. We're going to need a lever. We're going to need our Ember Bore, our mechanical core, our item pumps, our item pipes. The Ember Receptor and Emitters, that's for later. I just went ahead and made those. And then let's get ourselves... Let's go ahead and get ourselves 2 chests. And then one of these we're going to go ahead and upgrade to a hopper. Now, you could probably use wooden hoppers as well. That would be fine. But I'd like to go ahead and start moving into actual iron hoppers because we've got plenty of resources. So we've got hopper, we've got oak chest... Oh, and there's one other thing that I'm going to want, and that is from the Embers mod. And it is right here, the atmospheric gauge. This requires 2 copper, 2 tin, and a black quartz. And it's just something that's really handy to have. I think we've got copper, we've got tin. Okay, there's our black quartz. And then if we take and combine that, a little bit of copper, a little bit of tin, gets us our atmospheric gauge. Now, if you look on the screen there, right above my cursor, it shows a little like picture, and you can see kind of a gauge. Okay, now right now it's really, really low, and what we're looking for is some place that the needle jumps up where we have a lot of, basically it's ember shards, like ember that's in the chunk. Okay, and we're gonna have to go down to the mine for this. It does look kind of like the gauge is rising right now, steadily. Which means we're getting, you know, this chunk has a bit more ember in it than where we were at before. Okay, where we're at right now, it's not too bad. I would still like to have a bit more, personally. But that'll be okay. Right in here will be okay for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to dig down to about Y6, which is bedrock. I actually need to go back up and get stone monster eggs. Oh, that's no good. Okay, I went ahead and released what I could from here. They can't get up because I dug that block out. But let me go get another pickaxe and some torches, just so we can kind of light up the area because it's super dark. And I also need to get some more food too, which I've got eggplant and garlic that's been picked, sitting in a chest. I just haven't used it yet, so. Well, actually, I've got these like deluxe chicken curry. I'm gonna go ahead and eat through these things first because we've got eggplant. It's a very good food source for us. But I've got a lot of like those types of food filling up that chest. I'd like to get rid of those if at all possible. So let's just go ahead and make ourselves a few torches. Don't need a bunch. And then we'll just make another iron pick, because this one has just about had it. Now chances are these silverfish have probably despawned by now, which they have. That's perfect. And let's go ahead and just light this up. Bam. Bam. Okay, and there's some bedrock, which should be good. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of dig this area out just a little bit, kind of open it up. And I'm not for sure where, but somewhere right above us is some lava. Yeah, if I move that block, it's going to be lava. Okay, so what we're going to do is just kind of bring this up and around. Okay, there we go. And then let's take our Ember Bore, and we're just going to put this down right there. Okay, now it's hard to see it at the moment, but right down here. Yeah, well, it's hard to see it, but there's blades on the bottom of this thing. Okay, basically what it does is it churns through that bedrock and it pulls out the ember shards that are down inside of there. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to take and put a mechanical core right here on top of the Ember Bore. And then above that, we're going to put a hopper down right there. And then, let's see, man, all these stone monster eggs. Well, then what we're going to do is we're going to put an item pump coming out of it, like right here. And on top of this item pump, we're going to put a lever. And you have to be careful, make sure the lever doesn't shut off the hopper. Which it shouldn't. And then we're going to have an item pump come out of that. And we'll just kind of bring the item pump around. And then we're going to set a chest down. Actually, we'll put the chest right there. Okay. So, item pump pulls out to the chest. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and flip this lever. And that's going to enable this item pump to pump out of the mechanical core. And feed into the chest. And then what we're going to do is just put some coal right here on the top of this thing. If I was to flip that. Okay, this lever is interfering with it. That's fine. Put it right here on the side then. Now it's not interfering. Okay, so it's pumping coal into this Ember Bore, and it's allowing it to run. Okay, now it's going to take a little while. Well, we've actually already got one Ember Shard. And the nice thing is they've already given us 2 Ember Crystals. These can be broken down to make additional Ember Shards. So we're just going to go ahead and throw that in there. We should be about to get another one here in just a moment. And you can see the atmospheric gauge is actually dropping right now. It has dropped quite a bit. And you'll see it shake ever so often. That means, there we go. We just got another Ember. In this case, we got an Ember Crystal. It can pull up shards or it can pull up crystals. Whenever it pulls up crystals, it's really, really good because that's 6 Ember Shards. Okay, now it's probably not going to run for too much longer before it has depleted this area of embers. So we're going to have to, move it around a bit and find additional places to set it up. So like over in this direction, looks like the embers about where that one was. I know the first time when we were testing out the server, when I got to this point, where I set up the Ember Bore was so good. I didn't even use an atmospheric gauge. I just kind of randomly set it down, and I got so much ember out of that one spot. It was great. But right now we're up to 20 shards. What do we need to get to for the quest? Wasn't it like 24? Which if I recall, it's not actually enough. Yeah, 24. And you can, shapelessly craft 1 ember crystal to 6 crystal shards. And then you can also make the crystals as well. So we'll let this run for just a minute. We only need 4 more shards. We should be able to, I think, pull that out of this area because it's not totally depleted just yet. If it would pull up like, there we go, 1 more ember crystal. No need to wait. Okay, so 26 ember shards. That quest is done. And they're going to give us another ember crystal and then either spinach seed or spinach pie. I think we're going to take the spinach pie. Spinach seed's easy enough to find. It's not a problem. Okay. So let's go ahead and break. Let's see. This, I believe we can Yeah, 6 of those makes an Ember Crystal, no problem. You can also increase the amount if you use Ashen Stone. 4 shards makes 2 crystals. So easy way to do that. Ashen Stone is just stone with some ash made in the Cinder Plinth or a mana pool. Not a problem. So, which we'll get into that a little bit later. But right now we can't do that just yet. There's another Ember Shard. So we've got 33 at the moment, which should be good. So let's head on back up. And I'll probably, between episodes, I'll probably move that so we can have some more Ember Shards coming in. But for right now, I think we're good. So, but that's something I'll definitely want to keep moving it around. And, you know, that way we can get some more Embers up and going. Okay, I actually popped back down there and I went ahead to chunk load it, you know. And we're up to 41 Ember Shards now in total. So, not too bad. How are we doing on iron? Setting good. Have to make another forge hammer soon. Okay. So now that we've got the Ember Shards, the next thing they want us to do is make the Ember Activator. Okay, this thing right here, 6 copper and an Ember Crystal with 2 Camonite bricks. So let's go ahead and get those. And then let's get our 6 copper. There we go, that's perfect. And Ember Crystal. There we go. Ember Activator. And we'll go ahead and turn that quest in. And we're going to get another Ember Crystal. And then they want us to make a Cinder Plinth. Okay? And this is used to make ash. Which is what we want to make it. I mean, really, we could make our shards from here on out. With ash. So, how much dirt do I have, by the way? I've got... let me actually go grab a bit more dirt. I'm not really happy with where we're at on dirt. And we'll just pop down to the mine. And I'm just going to dig up a bit of dirt. Because that's what we're going to use to make ash. Okay, so we've got over 2 stacks on hand of dirt. Which is great. That's perfect. So, that will be plenty. And we still have to make the Cinder Plinth. But we'll get that. Let's actually take a look at that real quick. The Cinder Plinth requires 3 lead plates, 2 silver ingots, furnace, and Camonite bricks. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And we're going to have to make a new furnace, which actually I think I've got everything over here. It's just compressed cobble, 1 piece of that, and then, oh, it's over here, 8 dried bricks. I can never remember this recipe. Oh no, it's not compressed cobble, it's just regular cobble. There we go. There's a furnace. Then our lead plates that we made earlier. Camonite brick. And then we're going to need 2 silver ingots. I should have, yep, silver right there. I don't know that we can compress that or grind it up. I'm going to say no, but we're going to check it anyways. Generally, the grindstone's not really good for much of anything outside of, like, copper. There we go. That's running. And then after that, they're going to want us to make some ash. 4 piles of ash, and then some ashen stone. And that's, of course, to make a coke oven. Okay, so there's our silver. And this is pretty much going to bring us around for all the ember stuff. And really, after this point, I mean, technically, we don't even have to use the Ember Bore anymore. We may still use it. I mean, it's convenient. But making it via ash isn't too bad either, so it's just kind of whatever. We're going to set the Ember, and this is going to be kind of ugly right now. We'll set the Ember Plinth down right here. And we're going to set the Ember Activator down, like right here. Okay, and then we're going to have an Ember Receptor on this, and an Ember Emitter on this. And I'll tell you what, let me move this. I don't like where it's at. We'll put the Cinder Plinth right there. Ember Receptor on the side of that. And then we're going to need hoppers. And I don't believe that there's any way... Oh yeah, we made this Cinder Plinth. So they're going to give us an Ember Crystal for that. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to put the hopper right on the top of this Cinder Plinth. kind of just feeding down into it. And then, oh yeah, we're going to need 2 hoppers, aren't we? Let me get one more then. So there we go, hopper, and let's put this goes on the bottom. So we'll just have the hopper attached like right there for right now. Okay, so in this hopper, what we're going to do is we're going to put ember shards into it. And you'll notice that this thing starts burning and starts making a fire inside of our ember activator. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our Tinker's Hammer. And let me actually look. I think they tell, because connecting these things is nuts. So janky. Okay, we need to shift right-click on the receptor and then right-click on the emitter. And that binds those two together. And I always get them mixed up. It's like all kinds of crazy. And then we're just going to take and put a lever, like right there, flip it. It's going to start sending ember power over to this ender plinth. Okay, and you could tell whenever it's sending power because, you know, it's visually represented by that burst of ember that comes over. And so then what we can do is we can take our dirt, and we're just going to dump all this dirt that we've made, that we've gotten, into that. Now here's one of the major problems that I do not like the cinder plinth. There's no way to have this put into a chest. It just chucks it. Okay, so then we're going to have to go around and collect that. It's dumping it into our hopper. I'm just going to put this basalt on top of that for right now, just to kind of block that hopper off. Now you can auto collect this with something like, you know, like a vacuum chest or something. Something of that nature works fine, but this thing does make a big mess. I like the whole aspect of Embers, how it's all like in-world. There's no like real GUI aspect to it. Kind of like Britannia is that way too, but the fact that it just chucks items wherever is just crazy. Okay, so if we take a look inside of our quest book, we did complete this for getting 4 ash piles. So we'll go ahead and turn that in. They're going to give us 4 more ash piles. Sometimes it's throwing the stuff into the hopper too, but okay, it has ran through all that dirt. So it would seem. Okay, so we have 2 stacks and 8 remainder ash piles now. Okay, so now they want us to make 14 ashen stone. Now this stuff is not too bad to make, just requiring 1 ash pile and then stone. Okay, it does take smelted stone to make it though. So, but I do have some of that lying around. We'll just grab that. And we're going to go ahead and make... Oh, it's 4 at a time though. So there's 16. Let's go ahead and get... Well, we don't need it right now. We can make cinders out of it. Which we'll do that later. This is actually a super cheap recipe for 2 ember crystals, but it does require lava buckets, so we'll wait on that for right now. So, anyways, they're going to give us 8 feathers and either 4 raw chicken or a spawn chicken. I'm going to take the spawn chicken. And I'm just going to dump this stuff into there for right now. Okay, so we have completely finished out the Song of Steel Prelude. Next up, we have the Interlude, which is actually fairly quick. It's basically just a process of making the coke oven, setting it up, start producing coal coke. And then that leads into the Song of Steel finale, where we go to make the blast furnace. And it's all pretty straightforward from then on. You know, it's the same. It's just the recipes are quite different. Like, for example, blast bricks requiring etched pearlized stone from railcraft, coal coke, bronze, and then and that etched pearlized stone requiring gunpowder and pearlized blocks, which takes endstone and ender pearls. Now endstone is craftable. We're probably just going to go to the end once we reach that point. And then in addition, the coke oven requires nether bricks, ashen stone, blocks of concrete, and magma slime crystals. So we'll start getting into that stuff next episode. I know it's about wrapping up point for this episode. I don't think we have any other... No, we don't have any other quests done. So, which we've already gotten the soul sand and the netherrack that we needed. So it's not too bad. We're going to have to make rebar and concrete and get some orange slime balls and magma cream. Not a big deal. So, But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay up to date with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. Once again, I do apologize this video. The week kind of started out a little bit later. Instead of starting on a Monday, it kind of started on Tuesday for me with everything going on. So, and a bit late on Tuesday, might I add. But yeah, the plan is there's going to be, this week, there's going to be 2 episodes for each series. So there'll be another All the Mods later on in this week. So, but anyways, if the next episode for All the Mods doesn't come out before Thanksgiving, I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving and a wonderful Black Friday and all that stuff if you're taking part in that. And I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care. Stay safe. I'm going to try to get some decorating done right after recording this episode, or a little bit after recording this episode. So hopefully by next episode it'll be a little bit less stone, a little bit more detail work going on. So, but anyways, I will see you guys next time, and take care.